All right. I am just giddy today to talk with one of my favorite human beings on this earth. I love that this is my job. Barb Pritchard of Infinity Brand Design. It's so wonderful to see you today.
It's so good to be here with you. I love connecting with you. We always have such a good time.
So
and we share very important information too.
Yes, we do. Important things. So we're going to be talking about building a soul-aligned business because both of us have done this ourselves, right? We're living it, and both of us help people do this too. So I'm really excited to see what exactly we get to share with folks and what we're able to give them today, help them in their businesses. Can you tell us a little bit about the work that you do with people?
Well, I consider myself a brand enchanter, a website wizard, and a book cover, book launch magician for spiritual entrepreneurs. So basically, I infuse your magic, your magic into a soul aligned brand, website, book cover, book launch. And because I really feel like a lot of us, that's our secret is our magic, our own magic. And a lot of times we struggle with owning it, right? And just really walking in it. And I feel like that's where I'm going to say it again. I need to figure out a different word besides magic, but that's where the magic is. It's what really attracts people. It makes you stand out against the mundane and the sea of sameness. It's really and it all comes down to having a bit of so much of yourself. And I mean, more than just like, oh, I love this color. It's my favorite color. That's great. That's important. But there's stuff that you've got inside of you that the world needs to hear, the world needs to share, to understand, so they can relate, and that you magnetically attract those people to you by infusing a little bit of your magic into every interaction people have with your business.
I love that. And the word magic lands, so keep using it. Yeah, I think, I know when I first started my business, so I've had business for years and years. I taught yoga for years and years, but I never really did a whole lot of like promotion, or I wasn't taking it, bigger. But when I started my coaching business, which is probably like 5 years ago, I always felt like I had to put on like, I don't know, this like professional demeanor, or like I must talk like this person or something. Yes. And so I would go in, even when I first went into Ladies Power Lunch networking meeting, like I think I felt like I had to be somebody other than myself in order, because that would be professional, right? And that's where I went in there and then learned that, oh wait, this is actually a safe place for me to be myself. It took me a while to like kind of deconstruct that and like take off the layers and be like, oh, I can actually be kind of a weirdo, which I am, and they're like, yay.
Yes.
And so, and I know that like when I first met you, I was like, oh, she's actually like, I feel like I see parts of myself in her. Like, I feel like I can relax, because you let people see that. You let people see who you are. And I know for my business, when I started doing that, then I started getting, like soul aligned clients, like people that are, perfect to work with, easy to work with. I don't have to put on a different hat to like impress them or whatever. And, it became so much easier. So I love that you help people, first of all, know that that's possible, because I don't think a lot.
But it's not spoken out there. It's not. It's like you see the big names out there that are like, big marketing names saying, you got to do this, you have to do that, you got to do this. And, I mean, like I had a similar experience. I mean, God love my mom. She's wonderful. And like, she gave me a safe space to develop my creativity and my imagination. But it hit a point when I was a teenager, especially that rebellious I'm still rebellious. There's still a teenager in you that's like, I need to express myself. And I was the goth girl. I have always had, for a long, long time, I had funky red hair or different colored hair or whatever. It's just an artistic expression. But she got to the point where she was like, Barb, you have to conform. And I'm like, no,
I won't do it.
And I did. to get into corporate. We all kind of get into this. And then like whenever I graduated college, I had my own freelance business, starting it up, and I've had it for a long time. You feel like you totally have to fit into this specific mold. And y'all, I'm here to say, and you can testify to this as well, Liz, that there's no mold. Let's break those molds. Let's own your weirdness, walk in your woo-woo walk, be as weird as you want to be. And you know what? Your people, your star clients will be like, oh, that's my woman. That's my person. I totally relate to her. And they won't be able to get enough of you, really. They just want to support you in any and every way because they relate to your message, everything that you're putting out there. And it's because it's you. That vulnerability, wow, it goes a long way, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And and it can be easy. I think people have, I don't know, I thought marketing my business was going to be super hard and like, I have to have possibility conversations with people, like heavy. And it's like, this is literally the most fun thing ever, to talk to other people that like, for some whatever reason, like are attracted to me. Like, heck yeah, I'm going to be attracted to them too, because it's that kind of like when we're sharing who we are, like open with it, then you get to have these conversations with people that are just awesome all day. And that's what marketing is like. Like I get to have this conversation with you, which is great. Like, and this is marketing, right? So
it totally is.
Yeah. So
but it's easy.
Yeah. It ends up feeling easy and flow and soul aligned. It doesn't feel like work. So you've been able to I know we've worked together in several projects on books, that you've really taken our books to the next level on this and helped our authors establish themselves and be seen. Right. So the first one we did together was Dr. Javia's Grow Smarter, a beautiful cover. And then we worked on Be the Beacon, which you also wrote a chapter for as part of it and co-authored it with us. And most recently, we've had Jen Jones, Entrepreneur, which really is just like, boom, taken off and is just #1 bestseller in multiple categories in paperback and ebook. And
international.
International. It's like, what the heck? And so I just want to thank you for helping us really scale this and keep growing and learning. And I'm like, this happened in a really relatively short amount of time. I'm like, where will we be next year with this? Like, I can't even handle it. Like
no, it's like what we're just on this train ride together, and it's got legs of its own. But you know what I think is really exciting part of it too is for each of these designs, and for every design that I do in my business for my clients, I welcome and invite spirit. And I know that you and all of our other collaborative partners do as well. There's something that it just takes the ease and flow, it fuses it into it. For me, for example, like I often pull oracle cards, connect with spirit, meditate, and all of that good stuff to be able to come up with these designs. Because y'all, this isn't me. I mean, I went to school for this. I learned how to do this, and I've got 20 years of experience learning from corporate and stuff like that, and heart-centered businesses as well. But y'all, when you bring spirit into something, spirit's going to show up and show out at every time. So I can't really feel like I take credit for these designs. I feel like that's spirit going, hey girl, you see this element in here? This is what needs to be on it. That's the important thing.
I love it. And it's so playful. It's like, it's like tapping into this childish, childlike energy, curiosity of us not having it all figured out, because we don't, because guess what, right? And especially with what we're doing with a Green Heart Living Press, where it's, writing very creative. There's all, whether like I'm so into spirit because, I am. And even if people are like weird about, they like, it's literally the muse. It is the creative energy that flows through us, right? So we cannot deny that it is present for us. And when we let go of that control of it has to be this way, or this expert told me how to do this thing, so it must be the way to do it.
Yes.
We actually let like spirit flow through us, this creative museful energy, right?
Yeah,
We can get stuff that we don't even know where it came from. And it
exactly.
can go so much bigger than we could have ever dreamed. It's so cool. And I know,
Every time.
so you've helped us with the books. So I've gotten to play with you in that area. And I know you also do amazing work with people's websites. I've been really blown away by the websites, the landing pages that you've created. They're very attractive and feel fun to look at, right? It's yeah, it seems like you reflect the people that you're working with.
Yes. Yeah.
So is there anything you want to talk about, like, I don't know, like helpful tips for people in creating them or anything like
Yeah,
that? Something
definitely.
that would be helpful?
Yeah, I think something that's super, super helpful is to really get focused and go deep, tap into your why, because your why is what really, really connects your star client to you. It's that super powerful mega magnet that is just like a beacon, be the beacon, right? It's like a beacon calling in the darkness. It's your why is, I think, especially with a lot of Gen Z, a lot of millennials coming up too. And it's being why focused, purpose focused. A lot of that, I feel like is attributed to that group, but I feel like it's also making us like Gen Xers and millennials as well, just kind of take a look at things and go, yeah, we need a good purpose. I mean, and not just kind of like because it's on a whim or anything, but like, what is your why? Why do you do this? What's going to make you pass that Monday test? And by the Monday test, I mean like it's Monday morning, you don't feel like getting up, but for this, you absolutely will. That's something that really needs to be infused. It goes beyond the color. I mean, you can pull colors, you can pull fonts, you can pull the visuals out of that easily. But when it comes to going deep, save some space for yourself to go deep, get those whys, and you define them, and then the magic can create from there.
And I think that when you say that, what occurs to me is it doesn't have to be very complicated, the why.
Yeah,
It can
yeah,
have, because my why for doing Green Heart Living is literally like to make the world a more loving place. Like that's a
yes,
simple thing. And I've had people be like, but why really? And what, kind of make it complicated. I'm like, the world has a lot of negative speech in it. I want to be part of, let's talk about more, love more. And right.
yes,
It's pretty simple, but that is right. That's the truth. And
it
so I think
is.
if you find what really, what's motivating you every day. And there can be
Yeah,
like a lot of, what does that actually mean? Oh, well, the other why is I want to take care of my kids in a really good way, right? I want to live in comfort,
sure.
there's
Yeah,
other stuff, but there's going to be something that's overall, that's probably simple, that just like hits at the heart. And I love that that's how you work with people, because it's not
yeah,
just a font. Although I love a font, it's not just a color. Right. It's like, oh, what really feels juicy and good with people. And
exactly.
yeah, so is there anything else you want to share about building a soul aligned business? I think we've talked a lot about some like things that have helped us personally and things that we've seen people do. Any other advice for folks?
I think the next step to, once you kind of figure out your why, really go deep into that, figure out ways to infuse that into every interaction that clients have with your business. And I say figure that out. That's something that it's don't overthink this. You really it's something that you can add you into. So maybe you take the attributes that, some of the descriptive words that help your why. I hope you understand your why. Go to wordhippo.com and look up that thesaurus is your best friend. And then you could start like coming up with descriptive words that help define you and help relate your star clients to you. Then, and some people this may make them cringe, but this is the secret: is you take those descriptive words, you go to Pinterest, and you can cultivate this aesthetic that really feels so juicy and yummy to you because you have these attributes, these descriptive words that you can now pull in to create some sort of visual, representation of you. And watching it come alive is something that's just kind of like, every time it happens, it's like, I never anticipated this for it to look like this. I never would have picked that. But when invite spirit in, meditate on it, spirit comes up with some stuff that's like, this is perfect. This is something I never would have imagined. And I think just being true to you is the ultimate thing. And then finding those places where you can put that in. Maybe it's again, it could be your favorite color, but why is it your favorite color? I think more tapping into that why is so much more important than anything else. But yeah, I see a lot of businesses, they struggle with really kind of finding that why or getting to the heart of it, or even knowing that that's something that they need to do. And I feel like that is ultimately the biggest thing, is get deep on that why. Mine, for example, is to help do-gooders do super goodness, just kind of similar to yours.
Yes.
I want us to perpetuate a world of do-gooders doing super goodness out there so they can keep paying it forward and help others do good things. And because really, I just want to leave this world a better place than what I found it, make my mark in that way and help others do the same.
Oh, and warm fuzzies. And I love that, like, doing good is allowing people creative expression, like, right? If we don't have that creative expression, that play, doing work that we are passionate about and love, like, what's the point? Like, if we, what's the point to
exactly
it, right? So being able to do that is part of creating a world where people are able to help each other. People feel more comfortable in their own skin, where they are able to love and connect with each other and be themselves. Like,
it's a safe space, right? It's creating that safe space where, genuine connection can happen, where vulnerability can happen. And man, y'all, we bring in vulnerability into our business, as scary as that is, and like really just, okay, say what we're uncomfortable with. Like for the longest time, I would like, and I'm sure a lot of us are like this too, in the spiritual entrepreneurial world, we hide our woo-woo walk. For the longest time, I hid mine. And there was something behind that. Whenever I started like, you know what, spirit, where you at? I need you. And I've created a magic wall behind me. I can do nothing without spirit. And I don't know, it just affects every part of your life. It gives you that fire, that passion to pass that Monday test. And people see this, and it does. It makes your marketing just seamless and simple and not heavy at all.
And I've also found, that as I am more myself and, just feel more comfortable with it, that I also, not only do I attract people that I will resonate with better, but it does push people away. And that's okay. It's actually spirit kind of being like, you don't need that energy anymore. You don't know. That client's gonna stress you out. You don't need that person anymore, right? Like, and so it is a powerful way of doing business that actually saves you a whole lot of trouble that you don't need.
And it seems so simple, like, okay, so I just need to lean into this. I just need to lean into my why or whatever. And it's like, it's something it sounds so simple, but is it easy? Well, you've got mindset stuff you got to deal with and all of that as well. But of course you got to tackle that. But man, once you do, it feels so easy. It's like, I feel like I should be working harder, and spirit comes in. It's like, no, ma'am.
And that's why it's so important to work. Like when I hire professionals to work with me in the business, right? It's really important to me that I'm able to talk with them where we can invite spirit into the conversation, that they're listening to me talk, and mostly it's questions, like they're getting curious with me, and they're not coming. Yes, I want your expertise. I want a professional that has expertise on how to do the things they don't know, but is also like open to, okay, and what are you bringing to this, and let's really make sure it reflects you. And that's something that I know that you do, and I love how you work. So thank you for doing this. And I'm so happy that we get to keep creating and doing fun stuff together. You've created a really cool, what is it called? The Magic Website Guide or something? What's exactly?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's for free, that you give people this, where they can look at what they can. Well, you explain it, not me.
Yeah, so basically it's going to help you. So I know a lot of entrepreneurs, they struggle with their website. This is basically, it's a guide plus a bonus checklist of essential things that can, you can look at your website and go, "Ooh, I need to tweak this a little bit." These are the top things that will help create that connection with your star client. Simple ways to implement these changes, and little tweaks at a time. Spend 30 minutes taking a look at this and assessing one spot at a time or whatever, but it will help create that connection that helps your why, shine through on your website, and takes out the confusion of whether or not are you for them or not. It answers all of those questions. So in that, it's got pro tips on things that you can change or update or add into, but it's also got a checklist in there that will help you, like, oh, okay, this is what I need here. So yeah, check it out. It's at my website at infinitybrand.design/magic.
And if somebody wants to have a conversation with you, I know that you're a super zero pressure person. You just want to, see what people are looking for, and if you're a good match. If what do they do? Is that must be through your website as well?
Yeah, just check out my website. Go to infinitybrand.design/convo, or if you just go to infinitybrand.design, just click on the big old black button that says contact. Pick out a date. Let's chat, because I'd love to know, is our collaboration, does it feel aligned? I'd love to discuss that and, see how we vibe energetically and all of that good stuff too.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk and share your wisdom today, Barb.
Thanks for having me. Thank you so much. It's always lovely to share space with you. I love connecting with you, Liz.